So, herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren. Wir haben uns eine Pinsa gemacht und zwar eine Hälfte Salami, die andere Hälfte Margherita. Und ich habe eigentlich nur vor, mit euch ein bisschen YouTube zu schauen. Und deswegen mache ich einfach mal einen neuen Chrome-Tab auf. Weil bevor ich jetzt alleine irgendwas anschaue, können wir es auch zusammen machen. Ich ziehe mal mein Pferd wieder an, ist ja aus dem Dulli. Alright. So, ich denke, machen wir das mal so. Zack, zack, boom. Cool. Dann, ja, mach ich mal. Mein Chat rechts, also falls ihr reinkommt, herzlich willkommen. Wir gucken das neueste Van Neistat Video. Das habe ich gesehen. Dann das weil Computer dumm sind. So, ich probiere mal.
About 2 years ago, out of the blue, I got this mysterious package from my brother. Perfect every way. His words. Okay, well, let's see about that.
Now, I give the watch to you.
Now, it had been about 10 years since I had worn a watch on my wrist, maybe more.
Give me the watch.
So he gave me the watch, and I wear it. And I remember how much I love wearing a watch. But over the course of 6 or 7 months of wearing this watch, I realized that it's just another computer in my life. Now, I've got nothing against computers. I just fucking hate them. For instance, the beep. Let me explain. This watch lights up in the dark, and that's great for me because I wake up before sunrise. But I can't read the button functions in the dark, and I can't remember which button turns the light on, which means I'm usually accidentally queuing through the watch's different functions whilst I'm trying to turn the light on, which means I sometimes turn the beep function on accidentally, which means every time I push a button, the watch beeps, which means I sometimes wake up my gal sleeping next to me. For this video, I had to fake the beep sound with a stethoscope because I couldn't figure out how to turn the beeping back on, having turned it off. And I even had an assistant help me out, do research, look for YouTube videos on how to do it with this. It's a computer. This is what they're like. I'm on the street here in January 2009, and this is the same model of the first computer I ever had. Totally changed my life. Same color too. Just thrown out with all the trash. I shouldn't hate computers. I should love them. And it's not really fair to say that I hate computers whole cloth. I hate how finicky they are to maintain. I hate that they're disposable. That iMac in the trash was 9 years old at the time.
9 years, man!
This Land Cruiser is 38 years old, and I drive it every day. Sure, it has a computer right there, but I don't really have to deal with it. Maybe once every couple years, a fault code that reminds me to change the fuel filter dummy. But that's it. This e-ride has a computer that tells me how fast it's going, but that's it. This e-bike has a computer, but, well, actually, the computer in it is broken, and I have no hope of fixing it with reasonable amounts of time and money. So I got myself an analog watch. 21 bucks on Amazon. a humble watch for a prideful man. But the glow-in-the-dark hands faded to invisible long before 4 a.m.
So tritium is the stuff that they make that also lights up the watch hands.
One day I was working on something and I heard Joe Rogan talking about an analog watch that he had.
I have a marathon watch. Like even if it's like pitch black out, all of the hour indicators are all lit up permanently. It's really cool.
With little tubes of radioactive gas on the hands and dial that were always bright. Harmless radiation, always alight. No need to charge them with a flashlight. But if Joe Rogan had it, that meant I couldn't afford it. Sure, Rogan has a Land Cruiser, and I have a Land Cruiser, but ours cost us less than a new Kia, and Rogan's is a $300,000 custom-built TLC Land Cruiser by Jonathan Ward, who is basically the Leonardo da Vinci of Land Cruiser restorations. There's no way I'm affording a watch that Joe Rogan owns, but what the hell, I gotta see what this thing at least looks like. So I look up the Marathon watch and okay, it's expensive, but not for a watch. And if I can get it in an episode, I can sort of justify the expense, especially if it's my birthday.
It's my first nice watch.
I bought this one with my own money, and I f***ing love this thing. It makes me feel successful. It's automatic, no battery, no winding. If you listen with a stethoscope, you can hear the little weight in there spin around, and that's what winds it when you move your wrist. I love the analog solution to the darkness problem. Tubes of radioactive gas, 25 years of light. I love looking at it. The thing about an analog watch is that my mind has oriented itself in time relative to the distance that the minute hand travels. How long is the drive to Malibu? The hand moves about this much. I love that it's Swiss made, but that's a rabbit hole. I love that it's the Toyota Land Cruiser of watches. Not the Range Rover of watches like an Omega, not the G-Wagon of watches like a Rolex, not the Rolls-Royce of watches like an Audemars Piguet or however you pronounce it. The Land Cruiser of watches. Or maybe the Toyota Hilux of watches. I love that I got paid to make this. I love that I got this job organically through Worn and Wound, through Kyle, through Jonathan Ward, the Leonardo da Land Cruisers.
Freunde, ich danke euch, dass ihr reingeschaut habt, aber ich brauche Zeit für mich. Ich gehe auch gleich.